Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode. It's me, joined by the lovely Debs, as per usual. Looking very summery today.
Oh, yes, a little bit of blue with some flowers on today. Yeah. And you're looking very superhero-y.
Yeah. Yeah.
The classic, oh, he's just so overseas, isn't he?
Yeah,
He's,
yeah.
hmm.
Especially in times like this, I think you need a Batman.
Oh my God. Oh my God. You've not been near any of it, have you?
Not yet. I was thinking like obviously I've been checking to see when it's coming to Bournemouth. I was in Bournemouth the other day. In fact, I was in Poole the other day with the little one, and I was like, if it was gonna kick off anywhere, it might be
Yeah.
around might be around here, around Poole Key.
I think we've been really lucky.
Yeah.
I've not heard anything happening around here, so
Yeah, I think with Bournemouth and Port, it's a very much like a big melting pot, and
yeah.
so you've got the university, you've got so many different like mixtures of people who come into the town and end up possibly staying on in the town, and it's not really a
Yeah.
town apart from
And
certain
he
apart from,
likes it, right? You kind of it's you accept it because it's a nice thing and a good thing, and you're not like "Ooh."
yeah, and apart from like certain areas of Bournemouth, it's like it's all very like multicultural. Everyone just sort of just gets on with what they're doing. So I think if you look at a lot of the areas where a lot of these sort of protests are taking place, they are in like very predominantly sort of white areas where there's not much diversity at all. So
I know, like yeah, I think fingers crossed it absolutely stays that way because I don't like anything like that, as I'm sure
yeah,
most people don't, and nobody would want to be caught up in it,
no,
even if it was what you believed in. I don't think a lot of people want the violence.
yeah,
A peaceful protest, for whatever you believe,
yeah,
not this looting and
smashing places,
fire and just the audacity of it. It
yeah,
is scary because I do think it is that whole if you got enough people, then
yeah,
you overrun the police.
yeah, yeah.
And then you're like, fuck.
Definitely, I've seen some like it's like very pick and choosy because like you've seen a lot of these people like kicking the crap out of police vans and like throwing
Yeah.
throwing bottles and doing all these different things, and then
Bricks.
and bricks. And it's like depending on the situation. One minute it's like you've got to respect the law, you've got to respect people, you've got to respect the police, and the police tell you to do this, you've got to do this and do that. And then all of a sudden, when it's like the right situation, you can do what the hell you want.
It's mad. I know they said that they're ready and prepared
Yeah,
for all of the ones that they believe are likely to happen.
yeah,
Because again, they have had some false alarms, I think.
yeah.
Um, I just think, oh God,
And I
please.
know, I know, like at the moment, not too far from where my mum lives. So I'm in London today. A place called Walthamstow and stuff. Apparently, that was on the
Oh,
agenda list
exactly.
to turn up to and stuff like that. And it's just like there's certain areas of London that you don't want to protest in. That's why
Mm,
you need to, when you protest in London, and if you have a certain agenda, you need to go to like where number 10 is and like around the palace and those sort of areas. One, you can't really get too close because it's super like security over there.
yeah.
You've got Scotland Yard, you've got all those things that anything kicks off over there, you're finished in seconds.
Mm.
And then like certain areas like in sort of North London, South London, East London stuff, you're not going there.
Yeah, they're like the white chaps will be outnumbered, right?
Oh yeah. A lot of them won't make it home.
Yeah. I know it's because it's been quite far spread though, right? Plymouth I thought was quite an
Plymouth,
odd one.
yeah, I've been seeing a bit of Plymouth on TikTok
Yeah,
today, and it's like again, Plymouth is in like Devon. Like, what's happening down there?
right. It's like an hour and 45 from here. I thought it was quite a nice, like up and coming,
Yeah,
you know. Yeah.
and they keep using the narrative of like jobs, like, but the thing is like if you go to any town center now, every town center is the same. They've got just they've got Greg's, they've got the phone shops, they've got like um Claire's accessories, all the H&M. It's all the same shops because they're the only ones who can survive today's market because they're the only ones shops that are making money.
Yeah.
Like all the little everyday shops that used to be around, even in Bournemouth, are closed. Things like Beals and all those sort of shops, they're all gone.
Yeah, I would love to see somebody's like job seekers
Yeah,
um papers, right? If they genuinely held them up and was like, look, I've tried to get all of these jobs and I
Yeah,
haven't been able to, then, fine, maybe have a little bit of a thing about it. But I bet that
yeah.
the
You don't.
people creating the most fuss and being the most angry and the most violent are not those people.
Yeah, and I bet you those three tragic those girls that died, absolute tragedy. I
Oh
bet you
my
most of these people couldn't even name those girls. They couldn't even give you the names of the girls, and they're saying it's in their honor, like it's in starting in their name, like it
No,
isn't.
and then I've heard the parents have said, stop it.
Yeah,
Like, what are you doing? This is not what, the children or the poor teachers that are
yeah,
still in hospital
yeah,
are having tried to protect them. This is not how they would want this dealt with because actually you're working off misinformation.
yeah.
It's been proven the kid was born in Wales, right?
Exactly. It's been in the UK
I
pretty
mean,
much his whole
sad,
life.
but he was born in Wales.
Yeah,
Like, he hasn't come over from somewhere.
you know,
Oh,
the
Jesus.
thing is,
Horrific and horrible. And I
yeah,
don't know if there's mental health issues there. I know we always often spring to that when stuff like
yeah,
this, because you can't get your head around how somebody would have done it. But I
yeah,
did hear a lot of people saying if it was a white person, then we would be shouting about mental health issues.
yeah,
And
yeah,
it felt like, although the media have said, oh no, the guy was born in Wales, it
yeah.
feels like they've not actually done as much as they could have done to have pushed that
Yeah,
correct.
I don't think they've helped because in certain cases like
Yeah.
this, I know the fact that he's 17 and they got to protect like identities and stuff like that. In cases like this, be open.
I'm pretty sure he was close to 18, and that's
Yeah,
why they named him now. But
yeah.
also using a picture of him from
A
when he was
drawing.
in school.
Yeah,
I'm like, he's 17. Like, show him as he is.
yeah. You're using a drawing. Just
Yeah, it was a bit odd.
yeah, he's they used a drawing to depict this guy just to help potentially ease tensions. Like in America, when they have certain cases, they televise these cases. You know, why not do this? Because if you can see what's happening with the country right now, you're seeing how it's like breaking apart. Just be open with a case like this. If this is what people are saying that they're fighting for, be open with the case.
Yeah. Have you heard anything from the parents?
No, I think obviously at a time like this, the
Normally,
parents,
and I appreciate they're allowed to refuse to say anything, but
yeah,
I almost feel like not that that would have helped. Maybe
yeah,
they, I don't know, maybe they did come over and they're thinking, oh, that's just going to make it worse.
yeah,
And haven't been here for generations or something. But I
yeah.
don't know. Like normally you've heard from them at least, and
Yeah, well,
a
at this
call.
stage, I don't think any like a parent, I don't think I'll be have much to say either. I'll just be like, you'd want this guy locked up underneath the jail.
Yeah, unless they could shed some more light.
Yeah,
Was he repeatedly turned away from mental health things? Was he on the police register and they didn't do enough to keep him locked up? Or was this a shit scary moment in their lives? And they were
yeah,
like, we have absolutely no idea why he has done this.
yeah. It's got to be mental health, and it's got to be the fact that there is. I can't wrap my head around why he would get up from one morning, leave from where he's going, leave for his home, get in a cab. Apparently, he got in a cab, went to this,
Oh God.
went to this location, and went nuts. It's like,
He
hang
went
on,
nuts on the kids, right?
yeah,
That's what I don't get. It's not like he targeted the women.
no,
Maybe it could have been a, obsession or something, but
yeah,
to target the children,
exactly. That's not that's the devil's work. Like you don't have to believe in heaven and hell and all that sort of things.
crazy.
But there's certain things. Obviously, they used to say like old days. You never hurt don't hurt women. You don't hurt kids. All that sort of stuff.
I mean,
Like
any innocent person, really.
any innocent person. Like this guy, no matter what color he is or anything like that, he needs to be buried underneath a prison.
Yeah.
There's no help
I,
for someone like that. There's no retribution. There's no forgiveness.
no. I mean, yeah, he's either going to get absolutely slaughtered in prison,
Yeah,
right? Or he'll be sectioned because if he believes that somebody told him to do it,
yeah,
like a higher purpose or
yeah,
something, and there's some, I don't know, split personality, I
yeah,
don't know
yeah.
enough about,
Some type of
conditions.
bipolar disorder,
Um,
something like that. Like I wonder was this was it a Taylor Swift thing they were doing? Something like that. It was a
oh, that yeah, I think there was like a little dance class or
yeah,
something.
was he obsessed with Taylor Swift or something? And he saw an advert for it, and he's like, "Oh, she's not actually here," and he
I don't know, it's
goes
so
crazy.
premeditated
Yeah,
though. Like if he went in there and started screaming or
yeah,
hadn't got a cab there and was just walking past, like it's not a like a heat of the moment thing. It's not an
Yeah,
emotional, passionate response to something that's happened.
yeah.
Um,
You know,
yeah,
was he dating one of the instructors or something, and like they broken up, or you know, this thing that the news and the police are not being very forthcoming with information.
yeah, it feels really quiet. I do appreciate. I think the women are still like in intensive care.
Yeah.
I could be wrong. Like I say, I don't listen to too much of the news, but I
Mm.
could not get around not knowing about this.
Yeah. Obviously, I'm guessing the first hearing is not much about the case. I think it was just probably him stating his name and just giving basic information. So, you know,
Yeah, probably like a bail thing, like no
yeah, yeah,
bail,
yeah, yeah.
get back. Yeah.
They probably couldn't release too much, and they probably didn't give much of a statement in that
Mm.
situation. But you know, to
I
ease
feel like
tensions,
we would have known more in a lot of other situations.
yeah, like to ease tensions, they need to be more open with this case and just try and calm people down. You know,
Yeah, because they didn't catch him at the scene. So I always think it's different, right? If say
yeah,
in America, and I appreciate it's different here because we don't have guns, but and the police don't even have guns, but an active shooter would be shot on site. So they're dead, done.
yeah,
Like you've kind of it's happened, right?
yeah.
But we just we don't have quite that same,
No, you know,
yeah.
yeah. Although, you know, I think is it next Wednesday or next Thursday, the Premier League starts again. So I think a lot of this will like disappear because everyone will be back like supporting their clubs and have something to do with their time.
Yeah. I've
This is
got you. So the demographic.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. So they'll be back supporting their foreign owned clubs with
Mm.
the foreign players that play for them that they chant and wear their names on their shirts. And yeah, they'll be
Yeah. I mean, I hope so in some ways, right? Just to fucking stop it, just to
yeah,
make it stop. But yeah.
I hope so. But you know, I hope so. I hope it just dies out because obviously, like, you know, and doesn't
Not
come to
really seen anything like it, have we, for a while?
no.
Like even COVID lockdown, like
Yeah,
protests and
even
stuff
those protests.
weren't
No,
violent like this. Yeah.
because that demographic wasn't really they were just enjoying the time off on their furlough, I guess. You know, you could buy all the beer you want because you're given a bunch of money from the government and just like sort of chill out in your garden.
Yeah.
You know, so it's a tough one. Like I said, the heart goes out to those families because, you know, as a parent as well, like you imagine you sent your kid to have a little go to a dance class and you find out some nutter's gone mad in there.
I
Like
know.
personally, I'd hope that the police find them before I do.
Yeah. I mean, at least we fucking found him, but
Yeah,
and I really hope the teachers are okay. Can you imagine
yeah,
again how the parents feel thankful to
yeah,
everything that they were able to do? I appreciate they couldn't do everything,
yeah,
but that they genuinely, I'll get I'll get sad if I talk about it.
yeah,
Like protecting
yeah,
this innocent life that's not even yours, you
yeah,
know. Like, there's a
hmm
lot of natural instinct there that actually could have gone the other way.
yeah,
Not everybody would have protected the kids, but
yeah. I don't care if there's any
yeah.
kids around me and there's some craps going on. Whoever's kid it is getting protected, not just my own.
I know, but you can imagine there would be some people that would literally just run
Yeah, I
through
get,
no fault of their own.
yeah, yeah. Because
It's just
it is fight or flight, and you never know
yeah,
how you're going to react in that situation.
yeah,
But you know, yeah, it's crazy that you know that those poor families right now. You know, but
yeah.
yeah. So other than that, yeah, we've had the Olympics, which has been
Mm,
I've watched a few bits of that. You know, for some
been
reason for
loving
me,
it.
yeah, it hasn't been exciting as previous years for me. I don't know why.
Oh, I feel like it's been better. Like this is the
Yeah.
most I've ever watched.
Okay. Because I think you know maybe because I haven't kept up with it, and you know I don't know many of there's no like, been no big sort of stars. You know, I know the series Sprint on
Yeah.
Netflix has been cool, like getting drumming up a bit of interest and stuff like that. But
Yeah, I've definitely watched sports that I've never watched before.
mhm.
And I've seen a lot of the medals that we've won, which has been really cool. Like actually live as well, not
Yeah, yeah,
just on
yeah,
sort of repeat. So yeah, normally I'm a little bit like athletics, all right. Like and yes, 100 meters fine, 200 meters
yeah, yeah,
fine. But even like so the 800 and the 1500 is that we had, you know, male and
Yeah,
female, some really good people. I actually think the man, one of our guys, is going for 800
in a bit.
tonight. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah. And I mean, the woman bossed it. She absolutely
yeah,
killed
yeah,
it.
yeah. I saw it. Yeah,
And I was so happy for her because there was huge expectation. And although she was confident, she wasn't cocky about it. She
yeah,
knew she had a job to do.
yeah,
Whereas the guy from the 1500 meters, quite cocky. And again, that might have just been his way of believing
yeah.
in himself. But him and the Swiss guy was so focused on each other, beating
Mm.
each other, totally missed the fucking American guy that came through and was like,
Yeah, yeah. Sorry. See you later.
I'm
Yeah,
like, you've got to run the whole race,
yeah,
not just a race with this guy. Like, and he almost nearly didn't even get the bloody silver.
yeah, yeah.
Oh,
I think with these athletes, you know, they obviously they do all these heats around the world consistently, and I think you know you build up that vendetta against, you know who's
yeah,
Your Achilles heel, and as long as you,
absolutely. And you should take it into consideration because you need to know how they run their race. But
yeah,
I think they say that things like the 800 and the 1500, anything can happen
yeah,
because of how somebody's kind of choosing to do it, depending
yeah,
on
yeah,
their capability. So it does make it quite tricky, even though the lady was, I mean, has been quite streets ahead of everybody else. I'm so glad she
yeah.
didn't do what I did. Um,
Like sprint and beginning and like burn out.
oh, he just didn't focus. Nobody saw the American guy coming, and then
Yeah,
really the Swiss guy that moved out of his way. I'm
yeah,
like, because you're so focused on this guy, you
yeah.
just let him through.
Did you see the walking race? That one woman who celebrated way too early and then got beaten.
Oh my god! Like the thing of it, and she was just like, yeah, there's
Yeah, yeah,
oh, shit.
yeah. She's always like the walk as well was hilarious.
Never ever do that ever.
Yeah,
Whew. And then I don't think we quite made what the ladies would have wanted for the 100 meter or the 200 meter,
no,
but
no,
they
no.
were very close.
Oh yeah,
They were very close. But
yeah,
yeah, the
The-
Americans,
the-
the Jamaicans, and
yeah. The
St. Lucia,
men's,
was it?
yeah, St. Lucia
First
won.
ever?
Yeah, yeah,
There's
yeah,
been so many firsts
yeah,
for different countries. Like that is another thing that I've absolutely loved. Like these people
yeah.
are heroes
That
in
is,
their nation.
you know, they're the first for their country. Like they're the
Ever.
best of the best. They got put forward to do certain things, and they represent.
Amazing, and handled the pressure to
Yeah,
do it as well. You know, there's all that build up, but it's actually doing it.
and like
Oh
the
yeah, I
men's
love that.
100, like the guy who came last, all right, still broke 10 seconds. Like I think he was like 981. Do you understand how fast that is? And you're eighth, and you
It
come
used to be
in.
11 seconds, then it was 10 seconds, now it's sub 9 seconds, and you're
Yeah,
like, however much quicker is it ever going to be?
yeah, like nine.
Mental.
I think the guy who came eighth was 981. Do you this the speed that
Yeah.
those eight people are traveling at?
hmm From a standstill. Like, it's not even like they get a little running start and then go, like,
Yeah,
from an absolute standstill.
yeah,
I know they get pushed off the blocks and they're not stood up. I get
yeah.
that. But even so,
It's insane. You know,
yeah,
these
that
guys
power.
are superhuman.
Yeah.
In fact, I haven't watched because my stepdaughter loves like gymnastics. The
Yeah.
2 year olds like my 2 year old's really getting into it just by watching her sister, and obviously my 12-year old she's also quite bendy and does all that sort of stuff, and like so been watching quite a bit of a lot of the gymnastics
All of it. Because it's my favorite.
and some of the floor events. How are these people getting so high off the ground?
Yeah.
Like to do like a triple twist in
Yeah.
like midair,
And
like
land it.
and land it.
Yeah.
Like, what is going on here?
I know. Again, the power, like the raw power that takes. And
Like,
just how you know where you are.
yeah, like I
Yeah,
just
I was so obviously Simone is incredible. She's
yeah, yeah.
always probably gonna be the best. I'm not sure if anyone's ever gonna, quite marry up to that, but
The fact that she's only 4'11" is freaky.
I'm tiny. But Rebecca Andrade
Yeah, yeah,
from Brazil,
yeah,
she's my actual favorite. Like
yeah.
I love her, and she has come second so many
Yeah,
times. So when the floor came and she got the goal, I was absolutely buzzing for her. I was so
yeah.
happy.
Did you see the podiums afterwards when they're like,
Oh,
yeah,
so lovely. Because Rebecca as well, they said she doesn't speak English. And
yeah,
so she communicates normally with them in sort of like more like body language,
yeah, yeah,
like, oh yeah,
yeah,
oh yeah. So just lovely kind
Yeah.
of camaraderie and
Yeah, yeah,
and I'm just so happy for her. She lived in a favela when she was younger, like
yeah,
incredible story.
yeah,
And her brothers used to walk her like 2 hours to practice and 2 hours back.
yeah. Amazing. But that's the thing with like Brazil, like some when you're the elite athletes in Brazil, you're just another level. Like
She's amazing.
they're footballers, second to none. Like even just their
Which
street
is
ball,
crazy
their
because
street
they're
ballers.
the
Have you heard of the homeless? I think it's called the. I think it's like the home like a homeless World Cup. Have you heard about
oh
that?
no.
So they go around and they get like a bunch of like homeless people from like different countries, and they get to play in a football tournament. And once they play in the football tournament, they get some money and stuff like that, and obviously they can go off and get homes and stuff like that. But like
Yeah.
some of these players they're homeless and stuff, but they are fantastic. They could play in the Premiership.
Yeah. Well, I guess they're probably hoping in some ways that they might get seen and chosen.
Yeah.
You never know, like a little, dream story.
Yeah, I think I don't know if it's a conjecture story, but there's a story I think it's on Netflix about a British guy, and it's based around the homeless Olympics and homeless World Cup, and it's got Michael Ward from Top Boy. He's in
Oh,
it.
okay.
Yeah. So obviously they
I've
show
not
his,
seen
and
it,
then
I don't think.
so they
I've
show
seen a
his, and
few sports movies of like rags to riches kind of
yeah, yeah,
stuff.
yeah,
Like someone was spotted and then given a chance and things like incredible,
yeah. I
but no,
think
I
it's
think
yeah, it's
I've
got
seen that.
Michael Ward and Bill Nye. Is that his
Oh
name?
yeah.
Yeah.
Good old
Yeah,
Bill.
so yeah, I'll find later and I'll send it over to you so
Okay,
you
nice.
can
Yeah.
watch and find out about it. All right, so let's jump in. Seeing as it's obviously we were all about Deadpool last week. I thought for top three, let's stay on topic and then we'll go through with top three Ryan Reynolds.
Oh, so it was your fault.
It was my fault. I can't help it. Like he's been stuck in my head. Like I mean,
Well, he's still everywhere, right? Because Blake's
yeah,
got a movie out this week.
yeah.
The Something of Us, the End of Us, or the Last of Us, I think it's
Oh yeah, yeah,
called.
yeah.
So, oh my God, she looked amazing at her premiere. And yeah, obviously Deadpool and Wolverine, or Hugh and Ryan, went to her premiere for that as
Yeah, yeah.
well. So they're still everywhere on our screen. So
Yeah, so it's my fault. I was just like, no, let's do Ryan. Let's see what we can think of. Because obviously there's always one film that always pops into my head at all times, but for him, but I put that in, well, it's two films, but I put one of them in my second spot, and I've had to put one in my
interesting.
yeah, and I've had to put one in my honorable mentions simply because as I go through my top three of his, I am super childish. I realize that at 40 years old, I am a child.
Honestly, when you said his name to me, nothing leapt out apart from Deadpool. And I think that's
Okay.
just because we've been doing those.
Yeah,
Even though
yeah,
I believe I've seen at least 70% of his films. So I did
yeah,
look through his whole thing. Um, but I was just like, God, I've never gone to myself. Oh, that is absolutely my favorite.
yeah.
And so again, I have done mine on watchability.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, yeah, more so than anything else. I've got one, two, three, four,
I
five. I've got
think,
7 honorable mentions,
yeah, I've got a few.
one of which I've not watched yet, but I needed to put it in the list to remind myself to watch it because it's got really good reviews on IMDb.
Okay.
Um, and
Yeah.
we've put Deadpool in its own
Yeah,
category.
so
Yeah.
Deadpool, everyone, we're gonna put in the gold category because it can't be they're too good.
Yeah, and it's absolutely his best,
Yeah,
regardless.
and it would be
Um,
unfair to because obviously most people could put them as one, two, three in their top three.
yeah. I've also not included another one because we've mentioned it before.
Yeah, I did think that. I've sort of like my number three. I think I've kind of mentioned it, but I don't think
Okay.
it was in there. But I know which one you're talking about.
Yes, yeah. So I've not put that in my top three because I'm like, I'm happy that we have included that elsewhere.
Yeah. Before we go into top three, though,
Okay.
let me ask you if you would put the Deadpool movies in order of your in say one to three,
Oh,
how would you rank them? Obviously, they're all great. They're all fantastic. There's no like this is the worst one. It's just like how would if you had to do them in watchability, which one? Obviously, you've just seen number three just come out, but in regards to like, yeah, how would you rank them?
Oh, interesting. Because for me, so for, number one was such a groundbreaker,
Yeah.
right? Because we've not ever been allowed to have that
No.
level of you know, hilarity, swearing,
Yeah.
violence, like slow-mo, all
Breaking
of
the fourth,
that
breaking the
stuff.
fourth wall.
Yeah, yeah, it was absolutely out there on its own. And so I almost want to say that that would still be my best. But if I was going to rewatch one, I would watch Deadpool. So I'd say 3-1-2 or 1-3-2 probably for
Okay.
me.
Yeah. I would go 3-1-2.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Totally
Because
happy
like
with that.
no, obviously number three is fresh in my mind and stuff like that, but it just and blew my socks off.
It was great, yeah.
Number
And we
one,
wanted them together. They hinted all the way through 1 and
yeah,
2, right? And we finally got given it. So,
yeah. Number one was just, I would say, out of all the superhero movies we've had, when it comes to giving us an origin story,
mm,
that was the best one. That's been the best one.
yeah. And a great love story without being sickly. Like I
Yeah,
also loved how they gave us that love story. Like it wasn't
yeah.
cheesy. Um, yeah.
And like with number two, there's no reason I can drop it. I could, I could put number two as like the one I'd want as my last one. It's only because of Marina Bockhorn not dying. That hurt me, and she's my one of my crushes, and that's the only thing I'm thinking I can drop it down on.
Oh,
But
it's
everything in
funny. And
number
it's
two.
not like I dislike, I still really enjoyed number
Oh yeah,
two. I reckon if I was, yeah, again on rewatchability,
yeah. Obviously,
yeah,
like
3-1-2, I reckon.
everything in number two was great. From like the massive juggernaut, which was just comes out of the thing that you were like, no way is this the guy that was behind the bars, you know, and all the jokes with like Cable and stuff like that, and
Oh, and
Domino.
I bloody love Josh Brolin as well.
Yeah, yeah.
So, anything he does, I'm fairly
So,
happy with.
so no one take it this the wrong way. They're all fantastic.
Oh, yeah,
They're
yeah,
all in our gold category, but we just thought for just to see where we'd like watch it, like rank them.
yeah.
We'll come back to Deadpool in a bit actually, because there's something because obviously the screenshot sort of thing I sent you uh for later sort of coincide with some Deadpool stuff.
Oh,
All right,
okay.
so number three. What's your number three?
Okay, so I had two for my number three,
Okay,
like a serious one, and then a sort of, it's not really a silly sci-fi, but it is sci-fi.
okay, okay,
So I'll say them both, and then if you've got either of them, I'll go with the other one.
okay.
Okay. So the 3A is Buried.
Buried. Worst nightmare, right? Worst nightmare.
I'd be like,
Yeah. What's he buried in there? He's just got a lighter, a phone.
yeah,
Luckily,
phone that's clearly going to run out of battery.
but luckily, I think it's one of them old Nokias, so that you'd last about the battery will last about 10 days.
17 years.
Yeah.
Oh my God, you'd lose track of time. You would want to bang because
Yeah.
you would fucking want people to hear you, but it kept falling in.
Yeah, you get trying to think like imagine like if you could you be able to turn your body? I was thinking like how would I get out of that? Would I be able to turn my body around and try and stand
Yeah, and
up?
like try and back hump up or
Yeah,
something.
but then like how much?
Because you can't get your legs up to kick, can
Yeah,
you?
no. And it's like when you see, if you ever as a kid when you get buried in the sand like properly, and
Oh, I would not have allowed it. I would be too claustrophobic.
and you can't even lift your arm up and like move your legs and stuff when you're in there, you're like, and
Do that.
then you have to like scream to someone to get you out. Because I do it to the kids all the time on the beach. But
Yeah, in a minute, guys. In a minute.
yeah,
In a
like
minute.
that obviously the weight of Earth like on top of you, it would be
Yeah.
insane, especially on like you got no real movement.
And you don't know how far down you are in
Exactly,
that
that's
in
the
that
thing.
coffin either. So even if you get to the soil, you could have just pulled it all in and got rid of all of your air and then just
Yeah,
die.
yeah. That's
Yeah. So great. And again, love those singular shot kind of, one place sort of movies.
yeah,
So yeah.
yeah.
The other one
Yeah.
was the Adam Project.
Okay. Yeah.
which I really liked.
Tell the truth, I don't think that's the one with the little boy, isn't it? I don't think I haven't seen it.
Yeah.
I haven't seen it properly. So
Okay. You should watch it. I
yeah,
actually
yeah.
really enjoyed it. Yeah.
I'll,
It's
I'll,
quite tight. It's the time travel one, I think.
yeah.
Then I look back and yeah, he has to hide
Okay.
from the other people so that they
Okay.
don't know that he's there. That's why I was saying it's not silly. Like he's obviously in it, so there's
Yeah.
always a few comedic lines,
Yeah. Yeah.
but it's actually pretty good and there's some decent action in it.
Okay.
So yeah,
I
yeah.
think when I look through his list, that's one I haven't seen,
Oh
unfortunately.
yeah, give it a go.
Yeah. I think it's on it's either on Disney or it's on Netflix. I'm not sure.
Yeah. I'm
I've
sure
seen
it's a
it
film and
somewhere.
not a series. If it's a series, then we'll just go with Buried.
Yeah. Yeah, that's a oh, going back to Buried. Like I remember seeing, I watched it. I follow these pages on like Instagram, and they were talk. It's just like vintage, and they talk about reasons why things happen. And obviously, back in the day, when people they used to think people, if you were in a coma or something like that, or they used to bury people because they didn't probably check pulses or anything, and they used to bury people alive. And then they used to have a bell and have a string that runs down into the coffin. So if you got buried alive, you'd obviously, and you woke up, you had to ring the bell, and then obviously,
Oh my God.
then obviously
But
they'll
guys,
come
it's
and dig
quite
you up.
easy.
Yeah.
Although that's like the Moriarty, that's like the one of the Sherlock Holmes ones.
Yeah.
Because you can be given stuff to slow your heartbeat so much that if somebody isn't checking it for quite a long time,
Yeah.
it won't beat. And I'm sure that's in one that they get buried, but he gets himself out because he knows he's going to be buried. So
Yeah.
yeah.
It's
Oh
not even
yeah,
like
ridiculous.
the Batman one where he gets buried by in Batman, like when he gets buried by Bane and he has to break out of the coffin and he's like using just punching through the top of the coffin and climbs out. It's like, yeah, that's not happening in real life.
No. Oh, you say Batman and Bane, and all I think about is him breaking his back.
Yeah.
Oh.
I wonder what would break first.
Oh God, it's
Body,
awful.
your brain, or your body?
And it's like the only time you've ever seen him like super vulnerable,
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
Certainly for me, I've not read all of the
No,
things
no,
and
no.
I've obviously
Yeah,
watched them all, but not read them all. But yeah, that was the only time I was
yeah.
actually like,
No,
fuck.
well, the Court of Owls mess up Batman pretty bad a couple of times. So
Yeah.
apparently they might be in the new Matt Reeves Batman, the Court of Owls.
Oh,
Yeah.
that'll be
So
good because that is quite creepy. And I think that
super
brings the
creepy.
whole Gotham
Yeah,
elite back in, doesn't it,
yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
if they do, it's gonna be
which
nuts.
they definitely which they definitely lent towards in the um Pattinson ones.
Yeah, yeah,
Little hint at
yeah, yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah. There's something going on in the background.
Mm,
You
mm.
can see it.
That would be good.
All right. So my number three, I think I've mentioned it before, but it wasn't. I only mentioned it because of another one that we mentioned.
Hmm.
All right. I think it was the one that might have been your honorable mentions. So for me, my number three is Safe House.
Ah, yes, yeah. Did we mention that in Denzel's, I
I
think?
think we mentioned that in Denzel.
Yeah. Oh, it's good though.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So, Denzel, how smooth is Denzel in this? He's so smooth in everything, but like this one was just like he's like a teacher
Yeah.
telling like Ryan's character what to do and
But so smoothly
yeah,
and
it sort of gave me
confidently.
like a mixture of like it was like obviously it's very similar to Hitman's Bodyguard.
Yeah,
But,
which is
but
the other one I was saying that I haven't
yeah,
included because we have mentioned it before.
yeah. But it's like Hitman Bodyguard meets like Man on Fire.
Yeah, yeah, because it has got a slightly more serious element to it, right?
Yeah.
It's not as much of a comedy or anything. Um,
And like,
oh,
when Ryan does decide to be quite serious, he's pretty damn good.
yeah, he's very believable.
Yeah.
Like, don't get me wrong, comedy is his absolute A game, right? His timing, you know, what do you call it? Like how you say stuff as well,
Yeah,
your
yeah,
tone
yeah,
and stuff,
yeah.
impeccable. But actually, I don't sit there and go, "Oh God, he's a really shit actor." That's
Yeah.
not
Like the
worth.
way he says it in this,
No.
like the way he says stuff in this and like ends his cadences is completely different to how he ends them in like Hitman's Bodyguard. In Hitman's Bodyguard,
Yeah.
he's supposed to be funny. In these ones,
Yes.
his tone changes and he's very like, yeah, we need to get out of this seriously.
Yeah.
I'm working with the big dog Denzel right now.
Oh, I would always want to be with Denzel.
Yeah, yeah,
Denzel and Statham.
yeah, yeah,
Because I feel like Denzel would get you out of loads of other things and
yeah.
Statham would just protect
Yeah. You kind of want. I think you want Statham in the initial part because obviously he'll start fighting straight away.
Yeah.
Like
Give you a chance for
yeah,
Denzel to get you away.
yeah. Denzel's more vengeance. Yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
by then I've been tortured a bit already, so it's like All right. What was your number two?
Okay, so my number two, I really enjoyed. It was quite different.
Yep.
And it's called The Fall Guy.
Poor guy. Poor guy.
The Fall Guy, yeah, The Fall Guy.
The one with
Where he's a non-player, like he's a
Free
non.
Guy.
Oh, why have I put The Fall Guy? Hmm.
Poor Guy is that guy that I hate.
It was The Fall Guy.
No. Yeah, Free Guy. That's my number one actually.
Oh, sorry.
That's all right.
Well, we'll leave that then, and I'll pick
No,
another one.
no, we'll talk about it now. Free Guy is fantastic.
It's Free Guys. Oh, fuck knows where I got Fall Guy from.
Poor
Loved
Guy's
it
Ryan
so
Gosling.
much, didn't even know what it was called.
Yeah, Poor Guy's Ryan Gosling.
Oh, yes. Sorry. Yeah. I thought Free Guy was really, really good fun.
Yeah, Free Guy is like he's the human version of um what's his name? Emmett from Lego Movie. That's what that's what he reminds me of.
Yeah, like just a complete non
Yeah,
anything extra.
yeah,
Like
like just a regular NPC as they call
with
him.
that until he knew it.
Yeah, like the one-liners, they're just being so happy until he meets the devil woman.
Oh yeah, and who's the guy that's massive that he fights like on the beach?
Oh, the other version of him.
Yes,
Yeah,
yeah,
what was his
he's so funny.
like, there's so many good elements in it. Like
Oh,
the cameo, there's a few cameos in there. You know, it is literally like it is Deadpool.
glitching.
It is Deadpool, but just not.
Yes, yeah.
And then like Channing Tatum's character when he showed up in there was hilarious.
He does quite like little carrots like that,
I
doesn't
know.
he?
You know, you could really tell. You can really tell there's some good chemistry between Channing Tatum and like Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah.
They
Did
can
I
really.
tag did I tag you in the Tatum, or did you put it on our Through the Cowl Tatum training to be
Yeah,
Gambit?
I think I sent it to you or I posted
Yeah,
it. Yeah,
looks so good.
yeah. He's really put the work in. So I hope he
Yeah.
keeps sending that to studios and say, give me the money, and I'll show you what I can do. Because that film could be done really well, especially like a Gambit backstory,
Hmm.
like pre X-Men on his way to on the way to the X-Men.
Yeah, certainly if they used the special effects that they did in this one, I thought
Yeah,
it looked lovely. Really like, sort of magic.
yeah. So like when I put in, I posted to the post about the first portrayal of Gambit, and then someone was like, "But we've had Gambit before," and I was like, "No one cares about X-Men
Uh,
about Wolverine Origins."
yeah, and we have it like what, 5 minutes?
Yeah, Wolverine Origins, and your guy looks
Like
more like the guy from the
barely.
Clockwork Orange.
Yeah. I was like, no, that doesn't count.
Yeah,
Sorry.
yeah. So this was the real Gambit.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
but
liked the concept of Free Guy. Like it was a bit
yeah,
different, right?
it was kind of like Ready Player One meets the Lego Movie.
Yeah. Yeah, a non-serious Ready Player One.
Yeah, yeah. The only downfall I think for that movie was Taika Waititi. Like I can't for some reason I can't stand him.
Oh,
He
yeah, because
really
it's
he
not
really grates
normally
on me.
in front of the camera, right?
Yeah, he's normally a director, but even a director obviously he's messed up Thor terribly.
Yeah,
And then like obviously he plays Korg.
he
You
does with his fucking mind.
know.
Oh, when he thinks his mate's dead.
Yeah.
Love that scene. Oh, he's alive.
Alive. Oh mate, I thought you were dead.
It's such a gentle voice for
Yeah.
such a oh,
So-and-so's
funny.
being mean to me again.
Yeah. He's probably married to Aurora, isn't he?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
They've been together I'm pretty
Yeah.
sure they're married, but they've been
Okay.
together for years, yeah.
Wow, lucky bastard.
Our couple.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
like, yeah, I think for
No,
me,
she's skinnier now than she used to be.
yeah, for some reason he can be a bit over the top for me, Taika Waititi. So,
Mm.
you know,
I feel like he just feels that he's earned it, so he doesn't care, he'll just do what he wants. That's
yeah,
how he strikes me as like, I don't even care if you don't like it, I'm just gonna do it.
yeah, I think having to work with Ryan Reynolds, and because Ryan Reynolds has such a pull and like has in his hands a lot in the like director's chair as well. I think that's what held Free Guy together to
Yeah.
to keep it as a not going completely bonkers. But
Yeah. It was good to follow. I just liked it was something a bit different for once.
yeah, so yeah, Free Guy is my number one, but it's your number two. All right. So, what was your number one?
Oh, so my number one was Six Underground.
What's a good? It's a good little action series.
Yeah.
You know, it's definitely Michael Bay for sure.
Yes. Yeah. I'm okay with.
Yeah, you can
I love
definitely.
that sort of stuff. Like,
Yeah,
you know me, that's kind of my genre.
yeah,
And so I thought, oh, rather than any of the others that I had, I was like, no, I'm gonna have a nice mixture.
yeah.
So
No,
yeah.
definitely. It's a good it's a good watch. You know, if you're like just want something like a good action, a little bit,
Yeah.
you know, suspend belief a little bit.
Yeah. And you don't
It's
have to
good.
try too hard. Like, I'm not saying it's the best film ever,
No,
but I do like him in it, and I
yeah.
like that type of film.
That's the thing about Michael Bay. A lot of people hate him as a director and they say his movies ain't great. But for me, he's given me a lot of the stuff that always wanted to see. He's
Yeah.
given me Transformers. Like, I couldn't ask for much more than that.
Yeah.
He's given me Bad Boys. He's given me
Yeah.
Turtles. Although the Turtles were a bit too
All
massive.
right.
Obviously, Turtles were too big for the movie, but you know,
Oh,
he's you
saw
know
some little crochet ones the other day.
no, but definitely Six Underground's a good movie. If anyone hasn't seen it, definitely
Mm.
give it a watch. You know, what's there? I don't think the IMDb was very hot on it, was it?
No, I think it's only 6.1.
Hmm.
And I didn't care.
Yeah,
Like, I do like to see what it is.
yeah,
So I'll always have a little look, but I was like, I don't care. I like it. Yeah, 6.1
yeah,
and only 41 on
yeah,
Metascore, but yeah, it's kind of my bag. So
yeah. All right. So my number two goes back to me being childish, but there's certain films that he came out with at a certain time period where I was just in that. It was just I think I was in my early teens, mid 20, early 20s and stuff like that. And they were just good fun.
Mhm.
And this for me
Early
was a film called Waiting, where he plays like a well, he plays like a head waiter in this
Oh my God.
small time restaurant.
Yes.
You know,
Yes, yes,
it
yes,
has
yes, yes.
the hilarious Anna Faris in it, and the antics that they get up to in there is crazy.
Yeah.
And it just reminds me, it was one of those films that when you watch it, you'll say to yourself, you will never send food back, and you'll never complain to anyone who handles my food.
Oh, I would never send my food back. You know exactly what is going to happen.
Exactly.
Even in a nice place, I'm sure they're like, oh, fuck off.
Yeah, exactly. There is not a chance. Like if it's a bit cold, it's
I'll just fucking leave it.
yeah. If it's a bit cold, it's a bit cold. Like you know what I mean? Like I ain't sending it back after watching it. When you watch that film, I think since I watched that film, I've never complained about food that's come out.
No, he's so young in it as well, isn't
Yeah.
he? Yeah.
You know, he was just in that area of when you want to be childish. That was it. Like it was like I said, the things they'd get up to, the game they'd play where they have to show their nuts to someone, and if they look, and you get to kick them in the ass. Just
And I'm sure it's happened a lot, right? It is
yeah,
still, certainly for younger people, like it is a really nice part-time or even full-time,
yeah, yeah,
job for them. And you often have people the same age, so
yeah, yeah.
you're often going to get those little
Yeah, so, you know, so
situations.
it makes you think when you go to a fast food joint, like you just especially a fast food joint, do not piss off your server.
Oh no. Oh no, if you cannot see through
Yeah,
and
yeah,
see everything that's happening.
exactly. Yeah, unless they're preparing it right in front of your face.
Yeah.
Do
Oh, let
not
me make
say,
a fresh one for you. No,
yeah.
thanks. No, I want that one.
Yeah. Exactly. Oh, 5 second rule, 5 second rule. No, all right, take it. No, 25 second rule. No, oh, the one
Oh,
where he drops it down his pants and then puts it on his lip. No. Oh, yeah,
it's not
sorry.
even nice pants that it's gone down either.
Exactly.
Yeah, good fun. Good
Yeah,
fun.
but actually, not too far from where I live, from my mum's, there's a restaurant called Karen's. And have you heard of it? So in Karen's, you're everyone who works in there is pretty much like they're paid to be like really like rude.
Oh,
All the
I've
staff.
heard of it. I thought it
Yeah.
was just America.
No, no, no. Yeah. So the staff are supposed to be really rude the whole time and
That's
like
funny.
really like insulting. And then when they bring their food, like my friend went there not that long ago, and like they walked over and they just dropped the food on the table and like
And walked off.
and walked off. There you go.
Imagine how lush that would be if you were in a fucking mood and you
Yeah,
literally were like, I fucking hate my job and it's fine, so I'm getting paid to be pissed off.
yeah, yeah,
Oh, that would be lush. I'd be
yeah.
very good at that.
Yeah, it's not too far away from it. I don't know if I could go in there though. It's just like how angry exactly is this person? Is everyone in the back angry as well?
Yeah, you'd have to be in a really good space, like
Yeah.
really and be like, oh my God, I can't wait for them to be rude to me.
Yeah. Here's your milkshake, sir.
Yeah.
You might need to shake it up before you drink it though.
I'd be like, don't misgender me.
Yeah.
And then I would hope they would go into a rant.
Yeah. No. Like, could you imagine an actual Karen going in there to get served by Karens if they
Oh
didn't
my
really know?
God. And
Like,
not knowing.
yeah, they're like, oh, it's called Karen. Oh, it's named after me. Let me go in and try it out. And it's like the complaints will be fucking
Yeah.
through the roof.
Are they allowed to swear and shout, or is it just,
They can do anything. They can do anything. They can do anything.
love that?
Yeah.
I think it's worth an experience for
Yeah.
sure. Worth going once.
Yeah. Yeah, so I hope it's still. I think I saw it not that long ago. Went past there. Yeah, it's an Angel Islington. Yeah, I think it's pretty much. Yeah, it's called Karen's.
Oh, funny.
All
Love
right,
that.
so yeah, so definitely waiting for me. One of my faves. That's my number
Not
two. Well, we've already done my number one, which is your number two, which was Free
yes.
Guy. So let's
Free
do
guy, not full guy.
yeah, yeah,
You were like, what?
yeah.
The
How,
fall guy,
yeah.
Klynton. You were like,
Uh,
no.
how dare you disrespect Ryan Reynolds with that Ryan Gosling geezer? How dare you? All right. So a few honorable mentions.
Any mentions?
So obviously in the line with waiting, there was a film back in the day called Van Wilder.
Yes.
This almost made my number one. If
Yeah,
it wasn't
yeah.
for Free Guy and Deadpool and a few other ones, that would have been right up there.
It's often not re-quoted as such, but a lot of people do reference it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going to Coolidge. Was it?
Um,
It came out in that time of like American Pie, and in fact, the guy who I'm pretty sure the guy who made American Pie, um, did Van Wilder.
oh,
Yeah, because yeah, I think he did actually.
nice.
It was such good fun. I really enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Um, other than that, I had obviously Hitman's Bodyguard was in honorable mentions.
Yeah.
I had Red Notice with
Me
The
too.
Rock.
Yeah. I liked that.
I enjoyed it. It was good fun.
Again, chilled fun,
Yeah,
right? Chilled fun.
yeah. It's not going to win the Oscars, but it was good
No.
fun. This one I had a lot of people don't like it, but I really enjoyed it. And it was R.I.P.D.
Yeah, I had that in mind.
Like when they get
Just know that it's supposed to be silly.
yeah,
Like it's got the two silliest people.
yeah, and when they get changed, like you can't actually see them as who they are, and like he's like like a hot blonde or whatever.
Yeah. Oh, Bridges is it Bridges? He's quite old in that.
Yeah, Jeff Bridges.
Love him. Yeah, he's got such a lovely face.
Yeah,
Like I do love him.
a lot of people don't
I
like.
enjoyed it.
Yeah, RPD. I really enjoyed RPD. And the other one I had was The Change Up with Jason Bateman, where
Oh, okay. Yeah, I didn't put that one down actually. I
they
love Jason Bateman as well.
yeah, where they switch minds slash bodies, and then there's the absolute degenerate is in the body of the of obviously Jason Bateman, who always plays like the sensible guy.
Yeah, yeah. Almost like oh yeah, because it's more than just Face Off. I guess there's been a few like that, hasn't there? But
Yeah,
it
yeah, yeah.
was yeah,
It's like the
rather than an
parent.
age thing.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so it's good fun. What's the other one where there's a couple films obviously where everyone in the family changes like
Mm.
personality and stuff like that. There's one with Jennifer Garner that I watched not that long ago, where her and all the kid they end up getting into kids' bodies. The parents get into the kids' bodies.
Oh
Yeah,
yes. And isn't it kids' bodies but opposite sexes
yeah,
as
yeah,
well?
yeah.
Something. Yeah,
Yeah.
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 The dad is in the little girl
No,
or
no, no,
whatever.
no, no. I think
Yeah.
the dad gets in the son's body, and he has to do.
Oh.
And it's the guy from I can't remember his name. It's the guy from he plays Stu in Hangover, the one who pulls his tooth
Oh
out.
yeah.
Yeah,
I don't know his actual name. We'll just
yeah.
call him Stu from Hangover.
So, did you have any other mentions that I didn't put in?
Yes. Why didn't you have Detective Pikachu in there?
Oh my God! Yes, that was a
He's not said Detective Pikachu.
yeah. That was a good one.
Um,
That's one film which it was good, but there's one moment in there that creeps me out. And
oh,
there's what are the name of those Pokemon? The ones who have like an island on their backs.
turtle.
Yeah, I can't remember the name of them right now. And they have those absolutely massive ones where they think they're like walking, and then they just have like a massive. The ground starts moving. Oh my God, that
Don't
was
know
scared
the
the
names.
crap out. That was scared the crap out of me because that's sometimes, like I said, I'm on the motorway all the time, and my brain is pretty
Oh,
like my brain is pretty crazy, as you know. And I think to myself sometimes, what happens if, like I said it before,
that
like,
move is that moving in the
yeah,
distance?
what happens if a transformer stands up right now in those bushes? Especially like when I'm on the A388 or the A27 or something like that. I'm like, imagine if a transformer, like when the Transformers landed in
Oh
Transformers and then all
God.
of a sudden they stand up.
Yeah, it's pretty quick when they
Yeah.
do arrive, so
Yeah.
not much time to get used to it.
Exactly. Or if
As long as it was one of the nice ones, we're okay.
yeah. Or if like a giant just stood up next to me, like and put peers through the trees, and I'm like, obviously I'd like end up doing like 200 miles an hour, but still.
Yeah. I'd want to stop and make sure other people had seen it so that I
Yeah.
wasn't fucking mad.
Yeah. Like if it was a transformer, I'd be like, are you a Decepticon or a
Exactly.
Autobot?
Do you know Bumblebee?
Yeah.
Oh, funny. So yes, I liked him as little Pikachu detective.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Um, I also liked, which again, it's got really shit reviews on IMDb, but it's another really serious one called
Okay.
Captive.
Okay, yeah, I don't think I've seen that one, but I have heard of it.
You should watch it. I'd be
Yeah.
interested to see what you think about it. So it's a really horrifying story.
Yeah.
His little kid, his little daughter, so it's a single child family.
Yeah.
Really good at ice skating. So they obviously always take her to practice. He leaves her in the back of the car, parked right outside. They live in a wintry Icelandic kind of place. It's just snow fucking everywhere.
Yeah.
But still like a little town. Goes out, goes and gets the ice cream, comes back, and she's not in the car.
Oh my God.
Oh, literally. Yeah, you will. Yeah, to be fair, this will cut deep to the young daughters.
Yeah.
Um,
Well.
um, and but he is adamant that so obviously it's horrific, and then it puts a massive strain on their relationship because he won't let it go, and he obviously blames himself for not just taking her in with him.
Yeah.
Uh, but as the sort of months and years go by, they're getting indications that she's still alive. Now
Okay.
he believes that, but the mother doesn't, and she's like, "You've got to stop this. She's gone, like blah blah
Yeah.
blah." No, she fucking isn't.
Oh God. This
She
is
was fucking
nuts.
taken,
Yeah, yeah.
and she's being used to like kind of like groom other girls online.
Okay.
She lives in this one little room in this creepy fucking fucker's house,
Yeah.
and he starts getting closer, like detectiving as a normal person.
Yeah.
Honestly, so stressy, so stressy. And it's not necessarily like the happiest of endings, because nothing can ever be perfect again after that, right?
Yeah.
But as far as like him being very good at what he was doing, I thought it was a really good. I actually
Yeah.
enjoyed it. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's like that film Prisoners and stuff like that. There's those sort of films like, and like the original was it Split, the first time you meet what's his name, and he just goes in, dad knocks the dad out and takes the kids in the car, like,
Yeah.
yeah, that's
Like
just,
the split second of it when he does it every time, like every time they go to practice, this is what they do. He'll go the ice cream and come back. So obviously some creepy fucker has been watching them.
yeah.
But yeah, so it's very creepy. But I actually really enjoyed it. I also had Spirited, because again, those two are stupid and funny.
Yeah, them two together are just like, two.
It's just non-stop, right?
Yeah, yeah. When the world's perfectly like aligned,
Yeah.
and you get an incursion. That is them two together.
And then there's two I haven't seen, but both of them have got fairly good reviews. So there's one called Mississippi Grind, which is about
Okay.
him as like a really cool poker player, and another guy who's like super down on his luck, and like kind of gets him to help him kind of get all of his money back and stuff.
Okay.
Not got bad reviews, and I do like a little, pokery
Yeah, like a
game.
gambling movie. Yeah.
Yeah, and the other one, which probably won't be of any consequence to you, it doesn't really sound like a you movie, but it's called Woman in Gold, and I think it's
Okay, that's the one with, is it
Helen
Helen
Mirren.
Mirren? Yeah,
Yeah, like one of his highest rated movies.
yeah,
It sounds like he's a lawyer and
yeah.
she is fighting because she believes a particular high
Well,
cost
I know.
painting
I
is hers
think
or
I
something.
think what happened is just based during like the Holocaust and stuff like that, where a bunch of
Ah,
her paintings were taken by German soldiers and stuff like that, or
yeah.
and then she wants to get them back. Yeah, I haven't seen it, but I remember hearing
No,
about.
me neither. Yeah. Or I don't think I've seen it, but yeah, 7.3. So like pretty decent.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
good
might give it
stuff.
a little watch.
All
And
right,
that's me.
cool. Well, everyone, please let us know what your favorite Ryan Reynolds movies are. Remember, Deadpool is in the golden category, so you don't even need to say that it's your top one, because like we already know.
Automatically already there. But you can tell us your one, two, three of the three Deadpools.
Yeah. All right. So, have you been watching anything? Because
Um,
we missed out talking about anything last week because
yeah,
it was all the dead.
nothing other than Olympics, really.
Yeah.
Pretty sure I have not. No, I am looking forward to the Instigators on Apple TV.
Okay.
That's the Matt Damon. That looks funny. Like it looks like really good fun. So it's called uh Instigators. Yeah, so Matt Damon and Casey Affleck follows two robbers who must go on the run with the help of one of their therapists after a theft doesn't quite go as planned. I mean, that's going to be fun, right?
Yeah.
So
Okay, cool.
yeah, I'm looking forward to that.
All
I
right,
don't know. I
cool.
thought it was out on like the 19th. Oh yeah, release date Friday. Oh, a
All
bit
right.
early then. Nice.
Yeah, I think this week, when's the 8th? Because the new season of
Tomorrow.
The Umbrella Academy comes out.
Tomorrow.
Yeah. So what I'm gonna do is I'm not sure if they're gonna drop all of them at the same time, but what I'm going to try to do is try and watch one every other day, or maybe we'll try and do one a week. Just try and for once and stretch it out.
Good
Because
luck.
I've waited a long time for this season to come out, and
Yeah.
I cannot do what I did with the boys.
Yeah.
Although the boys does obviously come out like one a week, but it's just like, but the
I
season's over.
know, but if you did what I did, you would have had them all other than the last one.
Yeah, and it's over so fast.
Sometimes if you can push yourself not to watch the first few, if it is weekly, then it's actually beneficial.
Yeah.
Just pretend it's not happening.
Yeah. Well, I might start to watch though. I've been hearing about the House of Dragons. I haven't watched any of it, so I missed it. I
Oh,
missed the first season, so maybe I might go and
do
watch.
it. Yeah, I quite like it. I'm not saying it's amazing,
Yeah.
but I used it as my distraction for my running on Sunday
Okay.
late. Yeah, and it was a good
How,
ep. I messaged my
how
mum. Was like, "Oh, good ep this week."
yeah. So how far you got through the second season? How many episodes did they are they dropping one?
I
They're
think
dropping one a
there's
week, like
6.
originally.
I think I've done episode 6.
Okay, of
Is it?
season two.
Yeah, season 2.
Okay. All right. So one thing I have been watching is Exploding Kittens.
Oh, it's good, right? It's so cute as well.
Yeah.
It's so cute, good.
Oh, some of the episodes are funny. That bloody family and the way the characters are drawn as well is hilarious. Yeah, the mum. Yeah, she's got the biggest thigh gap I've ever seen in my life.
They all have their legs
Yeah,
literally
yeah.
like. I guess that's. Have you met the devil cat as
Yeah,
well?
yeah, Beelzebub's
Yeah.
around. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Yes.
Some funny episodes, especially the episode where
Nice.
where she has to bring a date. Have you seen that one?
I think. Does she ask him?
Yeah,
Yeah.
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 I'll give you back your body, and he try. He wants to steal and he wants to steal the household. It's like
Yes. Yeah.
put it back. No, they do have a
Yeah.
good.
I really like. Do you know what? I'll start because I got about 7.
Yeah,
There's definitely a few more, I think. So
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
I'll try and finish it off.
No, it's good fun. Other than that, I went on the other thing I watched last week or the week before everything was distracted by Deadpool and Wolverine. I keep saying Deadpool and Wolverine over and over again. But was the Jetty. You told me about it.
Yes. Did you love the twist at the end?
I did. It was very
Quick.
it got me. It got me. The last bit got me. I did guess one of the killers quite early on. It because obviously the way the story made was making out, it sort of made sense to me who one of the people would be.
Yeah,
But
and he was also just a bit too protective, wasn't
yeah,
he? So
yeah,
you did
yeah,
think there was something slightly off with him.
yeah. I did
But
like it. I did say that part of it obviously did run me up a little bit away because it felt very agendery for some reason this show, but it
I
was
quite liked that she was like, "Oh, fuck off."
yeah,
She was very much like,
yeah,
"Do one."
yeah, and it's just like all the people in that town. And the thing is, you know, towns like this exist all over the place,
Yeah,
where it's just like that one pub in the middle of town, and everyone knows everyone. Everyone's dated the same person.
yeah.
You know, everyone went to school with each other. It's just it's a little bit odd
Mm. I really liked how any remote little bit of flashback, I just assumed was
there and then.
her reliving something, or which
Yeah,
obviously she wasn't
mm,
really because she had no fucking idea.
yeah,
And so it was so clever, and they left not much time afterwards. And so half of me was like, he did fucking love you.
yeah,
Like
yeah,
he literally loved you, even though he was a fucking pedo.
yeah, yeah,
He still protected you and saved your like basically saved your life. So I
yeah, yeah,
was so
yeah,
torn because I was like, fuck you, but you did
yeah,
save her.
yeah. I
And then,
know.
like, and then I feel like we would all have done what she did. So once the other guy, the only other guy that knew what happened was
Yeah,
gone, why would you?
yeah. I don't know. For some reason, I thought she had just tell the truth, but like.
Why? There's literally no witnesses. None.
There's no reason. Yeah, I know. I gathered that, but like, it was like because she was so pompous about finding the truth and doing like I thought she was
Yeah.
going to be that straight as an arrow
I think
person.
if she'd have just forgotten it and hadn't been absolutely off her face and not
Yeah,
knowing, I
yeah,
think it might have been a bit different. And
mm,
she might have been like, oh, I've gone to therapy and now it's all come back, shit, shit, shit. But
yeah,
yeah, I also quite liked that it made her a little bit, like you say, not holier than thou. You
yeah,
know, she has got a little bit of darkness in her.
yeah,
Um,
yeah. I know
so
it's some parts, especially like the blogger or the podcaster. You know, she was very preachy, and obviously she's very like female empowerment, and it was just like so some parts it was a little bit too much, and then like but then it was like, all right, cool. As a father of daughters, you almost, you kind of see that you can see a lot of the dangers that are out there.
yeah,
You know, like one of my eldest stepdaughter recently, like she was just walking up to Costa the other day and a couple weeks ago, and these guys were sort of like wolf whistling at her and out of a van.
She's
And
not
then
very old, is she?
my eldest that was like 19.
No, but even so, that's so
Yeah.
intimidating. Even if she's banging and she was like, "Oh
Yeah.
yeah,"
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
still intimidating when it's more
Exactly.
than one guy that's miles away.
Yeah. And they followed her. So obviously they were driving slowly through traffic all the way up the road.
Oh,
And then as she's just ignored them, one of them in the passenger seat spits out the window at her.
what is wrong with fucking men?
Yeah. So you kind of could see,
That's why we hate them.
yeah. So you can see like what like both ways, like especially as a guy, if you have I have friends of, but there's also been friends that if they do certain things, me and them are not friends anymore.
Yeah, yeah,
Like I'm one of those people where there's a line and you don't cross that.
yeah,
And if that's your kind of personality, me and you can't be friends.
yeah. Good.
You know, there's no like there's no I don't there's no when it comes to certain things, obviously
Oh,
being a
that's so
father of
shit.
girls and obviously having a sister and stuff like that, there's obviously certain non-negotiables with me.
What a
So
bunch of fucking.
yeah.
It's just honestly, they're. Oh,
I know it is frustrating because you know like, if I was coming down the road the other way in my car and I saw that as she was walking up to the thing, it could have been there could have been a
I mean, basically, either way, she's asking for
situation.
it, right? If she reacts in a fun way, she's asking to basically get fucking mauled.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
if she doesn't, she's asking to get fucking beat up.
yeah.
Either way, she literally can't fucking win.
No, no,
Not just her, obviously, but
yeah,
you know. Oh, poor thing. She's right.
yeah. She was fine. Obviously it's just it's super annoying and it's just like it's disgusting behavior.
And you
And
can't even retaliate because
no,
they could literally have stopped the car. One or two of them could have got out and
yeah,
fucking beat up. You just don't know.
yeah. And like you look at today's, it's been a life. It's a generational thing that just keeps happening and happening and happening. Like and like just like in this show, it does talk about women being vulnerable and stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying I'm a massive advocate for like women or anything like that, but there's certain situations that are just are non-negotiable. You can't do certain things, and stuff like that.
I
And
wouldn't tell any of my friends to walk on their own at night. Fuck
yeah,
no.
yeah, stuff like that. Where are where are the heroes?
I know. What a horrible thing to have to say, right? That even
Yeah,
in your own town that you know really well, I would
yeah,
still be like, no, don't you dare walk home on your own. We'll
yeah,
drop you or we'll walk with you or
yeah,
something,
yeah, yeah.
Awful.
Yeah, it's insane. And when I think like when guys see situations like that happening, and if it's a friend of theirs or whatever like that, you've got to be able to like punch your friend in the face and say, or punch his and be like, look, mate, that's not
Yeah.
that's not cricket.
Yeah. I hate that they think that it's okay. Like
Mm.
just the sheer fact that their mental capacity is so fucking low
Yeah.
that they think either of those two things that they did was all right.
Yeah, I
How?
can't imagine how many situations have been like, oh, so how did you meet your girlfriend? Well, she was walking along the road and I was in my van or in the car and I just like went, wait, what, babe? And I whistled and like, I mean, and the love story went from there.
Yeah. And have anybody ever heard anyone go, oh yeah, I fucking love it when guys wolf whistle at me? No. No.
So it's, obviously as a guy, you'll never understand that vulnerability. Well, you do, but the thing is, you do.
You
It's
should
hard to
try
say
to
because like,
empathize with it.
yeah, yeah,
Even if you're a wonderful, lovely guy, like I
yeah,
know that I've often heard guys go, oh, there was a lady walking in front of me and I could sense that she was getting a bit stressy, so I crossed the road, like I
yeah,
didn't
yeah,
want to stress her out, like,
yeah,
and that sort of thing's lovely.
yeah.
Yeah.
I've done
And
that.
again, it's sad that they even have to think
Yeah.
like that, but I'd rather they thought like that than,
Yeah, I've done that plenty of times, or in situations where like someone's in the lift, I'm like, nah, it's all right, I'll take the stairs, or you go on. I mean, and I'll like,
yeah,
even though I know I'm not going to do anything like cr crazy, you know what I mean? But it's just at the end of the day, it's just like gentlemanly, just make sure that
just feel,
person's
yeah, safe as
comfortable.
possible, I guess. Yeah. Even in
You know?
public spaces, right?
Yeah.
Like,
So
yeah.
yeah, but yeah, the Jetty was a good watch. The people
Yeah,
who
I liked it. It was a nice little binge. It
yeah,
wasn't too long, you
no,
know.
no,
Yeah.
I managed to skip through that pretty quickly. I think I did that in two
Mm.
days, which is not like me.
I just liked that I was like, at the end. No.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Fuck.
So for a little while there was a point where I thought like one of the girl characters may have done it.
Yes, me too. I thought they did that quite well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did think they did that well. It was such a shame that they obviously found out that the dad and the husband was,
Yeah. But it's not hard to tell really when when you're in school and he's like got a full-time job somewhere, you know.
mm,
But then I remember when I was in school, like the girls in my year will end up getting picked up by some guy after school in his car, and
yeah,
like they
their
thought they were,
blue BMW or,
yeah,
yeah.
they thought they were the coolest things since sliced bread. So it was kind of like,
I'm
but
sure it still happens.
exactly, that's the craziest situation. But hopefully, like with especially my girls, like I'm gonna be like, yeah, nope, they're not,
Nope.
nope, they're not in your year or whatever like that.
Yeah,
Don't think about it.
no. Because I mean, pretty much it's really just a control thing, right?
Yeah,
That's
yeah,
the control issue of the guy.
yeah.
So
Like you can't have
never
some,
going well.
yeah. All right, let's wrap it up quickly, but let's jump into what I was talking about was kind of like a screenshot, but it was about what's her name? Her name is Tatiana Maslany. She played She-Hulk, and it was about
Yes.
yeah, I've seen it pop up a few times about she's not happy about the Deadpool situation, and neither is Brie Larson. Apparently
Why?
they had moments in the movie which have been cut from it and will also be cut from the Sean Levy and Ryan Reynolds director's cut as well that comes out next year. Yeah, apparently
I'm
Disney
not excited to see either of those people in it. So
exactly.
yeah.
So like Disney um did have an agenda to try and push into this movie, but somehow Ryan Reynolds used his power to levy that he didn't want certain scenes in there.
Well, I think Ryan has listened to the public and gone, stop pushing female wokey characters onto us.
Yeah,
This is not what this film is about. It's
yeah,
absolutely almost the complete opposite.
yeah,
And there was loads of cool female characters in there.
exactly. And ones that you want to see. And
Neither of those would have added anything to make it special or better.
yeah, the ones you would have wanted to see were in it,
Yeah,
and like say if you look the Captain Marvel film and the Marvels, it was all like the
they're
Marvels when
just
they
gutted they're not getting coverage or money. Like,
exactly
fuck off.
it was just crap. Like even if you did work there a few days, you got paid for your time.
Yeah, bye.
How many films have you been in that your scenes have been cut anyway?
Yeah. I mean, I didn't watch the She-Hulk little series or something that was on.
Yeah,
I didn't watch that. I think some people said it was quite good,
I
but
think I said to you,
again,
I
it was a
enjoyed
bit
it.
too.
I enjoyed parts of She-Hulk, but it was
Yeah.
very agendery.
Yes.
Like
Yeah. People
from
are
start
just sick of it. Stop doing it. Like, it's not necessary.
like from start to finish. Like she was always making these points, about how great she is, and moments where she was like, telling Hulk why she's better than him and how she's more in control of her emotions than he is, so she'll be a better Hulk than him. And it's like, you've never been chased by the police, you've never been chased by the army, you've never been like
Yeah.
you never had to defend Earth from the Chitauri,
No.
so give
Is
it
she super clever as well or not? That's just
she's a lawyer, so
but not quite the same as Ruffalo's character.
no,
Like,
no,
he's
no,
super clever.
super
Yeah, yeah.
genius, super genius, all
So
right.
she's just got the
But the thing
brawn,
is,
I guess,
yeah,
that
but the
goes
thing
with
is,
them.
She-Hulk has so much potential. Like, I think that series could be so much better with another director and
Mm,
use that series because I think a lot of people only watched it because Daredevil was in it.
yeah.
And obviously, obviously she has a couple love scenes with Daredevil.
Okay.
Yeah. But I think,
Charlie Cox Daredevil.
yeah, yeah,
Okay.
yeah. So I think with that series, it needs to, it could that series could open up the MCU. It
Mm.
had great potential because she's also a character who can break the fourth wall.
Oh, okay. Yeah,
So
so
she
I
could,
feel like they've done it a disservice, really, then.
yeah. So she can talk to the most of the time she talked to the camera, it was just like a little whinge or like a dig at like men.
Yeah.
It was like nothing. It wasn't funny. Like Deadpool is when he speaks to the camera or he just looks at the camera a certain way to like after something's been said, what he's saying with his eyes.
You can't even see his face. You
Yeah, yeah,
still get it, right?
yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
like with
And I'm
her,
sorry, but Bree's character, again, I don't think they ever did her in a way that makes you think, oh, I'd love to watch another Miss Marvel
no,
fucking movie. No, thanks. I'm all
yeah,
right.
yeah, and even the Marvels was so bad,
Yeah.
so bad.
The
Like the
cats
only
was literally the best thing about it.
yeah, the best thing about it was Miss Marvel, the as in like the little girl, the girl, as in
Yes,
Miss Marvel.
yeah.
Like her, she's got a cool concept about her. She's fun, you know. But the other two Marvels were just like
And
every
also, and also again though, like as adults, we almost want the adult superheroes. Like, yes, it's sweet if you want to do the kids, but then go into that.
yeah,
Don't
yeah,
then bring yourself into,
yeah,
an R-rated
yeah.
movie. Like you can't have it both
No,
ways.
it's a completely different movie, and like it's a
Yeah.
bit no Ryan Reynolds, fantastic job by him. He just said to Disney like, this is my thing, this is our thing,
Yeah.
this is what's gonna
I'm
work,
pleased. Mm.
and they've almost pulled in £1 billion in a week.
Oh my God, I know it's been so good.
Surely that tells you
Listen to
like,
the people that listen.
yeah, surely that tells you stop your crap. Like no one wants to hear this.
Nobody wants to hear it. We're all adults. We all understand,
Yeah. I guarantee you, like, if they let Ryan take over his own division of like Marvel, so like say he made another Electra movie, I bet you that movie will make loads of money.
Yeah.
And I like the fact that he's talking about wanting to do a Logan type movie for Wesley Snipes as Blade, like a send-off movie.
Yes. Yeah. Like old boy,
Yeah, yeah. I
Yeah.
think that would be great. Like in my mind, I'm already thinking like, yeah, near the end of the movie, Blade knows it's the end for him, but there's a Blade from another dimension, and he's like, oh Blade, and says, call me
You
Eric.
take this. You take this.
Yeah, call me Eric.
I'll do
You're
this.
Blade now. That was something like that.
Oh,
But
it's amazing.
I think it'd be great because was I was online and they're talking about like the top like the best Blade movies, and obviously Blade One. I was having this conversation with some guy on Instagram.
62.
Yeah, and like Blade One was iconic. It had some of the best moments in it.
Oh
But
my
I
God. Yeah.
like the opening scene is probably one of the best opening scenes of any movie ever.
Dude, when the blood started coming out,
Yeah,
or that I nearly left the cinema, right? This is how much of a wuss I used to be. Like, had no idea why I was like, oh, yeah, I'll go and watch Blade. Yeah,
yeah.
great. That'll be great. And I was literally, my fucking heart started going. I was like, oh, God, they're dancing in blood. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Obviously, I'm glad I stayed and I
Yeah, yeah,
fucking loved it. But I actually had a little mini panic at that
yeah.
point. I was like, oh, I don't think I'm going to like it.
And like Blade just had some great moments. Obviously, for me, the ending was a bit iffy when they, the guy turned in like Deacon Frost turned into like a blood blister and started like floating around. That was terrible for me, terrible ending. And there's this guy saying that obviously he says number one's the best, but for me, number two, Blade Two is for me the
Is that
best
the
of the
Stephen
trilogy.
Dorff one or is he in three?
Stephen Dorff was in number one.
Oh, okay. Fucking
Blade
love Stephen Dorff.
Two was Matt Goss. It's
Oh, it has
Demaskinos.
been a long time since I watched them, to be
Yeah,
fair.
and like
Yeah,
from the
Blade.
front,
Oh,
from,
Christopherson.
yeah,
Love that
yeah,
old guy. Oh, yeah, Ron Perlman.
one moment, yeah, because
Oh,
they're
my God. Do you know
the
who's in it?
Blood Pack.
Norman Reedus.
Yeah, yeah, he's Scud.
Dude, I need to watch this again. I've not seen it for so long.
Yeah, he's Scud. He plays because obviously Whistler got taken away. He
The
becomes
cat is in it. Is
huh? Was that?
that the cat? Danny John Jules?
Yeah, yeah. Blade Two's
Dude, I need to
fantastic,
watch this again.
and like even I think that's one of the first Marvel movies where
It's crazy cast.
we actually feel sympathy for the antagonist. Like Demaskinos, you actually feel sorry for him. Like when he dies in the end, you're kind of like, oh, like you
Yeah.
were in a lot of pain. Like you were put through a lot. Kind of like when you
Well,
watch
you
Black
wanted
Panther.
the vampires to win, didn't you? Because actually, most of the good vampires don't mess with anybody.
Yeah, yeah,
They'll
yeah,
do their other blood and stuff.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
And
Oh
then
my God, I really, what is it? Oh, I can watch it on Amazon.
yeah,
Oh, nice. Okay. Do you know what? I might do all three.
yeah,
I might do all
yeah.
three.
Maybe. And I know you like Blade 3 because obviously what's the name in it, but um, as Drake, but and obviously Hannibal King is Ryan Reynolds.
Yeah, I see for 2025 the whole Mia Goth and Mahershala Ali
Yeah,
as
yeah.
Tavin's Blade.
That's
Yeah,
Blade, yeah, yeah.
he'd probably be all right actually.
I think he'll be decent. He'll
Yeah,
be decent, but like I think, maybe knock up something in the next 6 months for Wesley Snipes, and then let it roll on to like
yeah.
Mahershala Ali, So yeah, but in regards to you know, what's her name, Tatiana Maslany and Brie Larson, they need to shut up, man. Like you
Bye
just
bye, bitches. Bye
yeah, let
bye.
let Disney would give you another movie. You go do your crap, lose them some more money.
And maybe have more of a fucking say in it. Like, do what Ryan's done. Listen to
Yeah,
the public. Listen to what people are saying they want and give
yeah.
us what we want, not what we don't want.
I'm all
Rocket
up,
science.
yeah, I'm all up for like a bit of diversity and all that sort of stuff, but at least diversify with a good story, good action, and,
Mm.
and not like
We go
drop
to
these.
the movies to get away from that sort of bullshit, right?
Yeah,
Like, it's a fucking superhero movie. I'm
yeah,
already suspending my belief. Like, come
yeah,
on.
yeah. Not drop these one-liners that are like digs at like certain demographics of the community.
Yeah, but if you're gonna do it, make sure it's fucking funny.
Yeah, so the people are gonna laugh about it and be like, oh, that's me,
Yeah,
and laugh about it. Yeah, I think
exactly.
I think I'll give you some homework. If you watch the She-Hulk series and do some homework, and you'll see what I'm talking about.
Okay.
Like,
I'm
there's
gonna
even
watch it for Daredevil. That's
yeah,
the only.
so yeah, yeah, I bet you are.
Well, now I know they get it on.
Yeah,
Mm.
when he leaves
I
in,
love Charlie Cox. He's so little.
yeah, yeah. And like even like there's a group in there called the Wrecking Crew. In the comics, the Wrecking Crew are massive dudes who get imbued with powers from Asgard. Obviously,
Oh,
they changed the
okay.
story. Obviously, they changed the story a little bit in here. But if you
Mm.
see these tiny little weaklings, she didn't even need to turn into She-Hulk to beat them up. Like she could have beat them up in her normal.
What is that? They are literally called the Wrecking Crew. Let
Yeah,
them
yeah.
wreck.
Like she could literally beat them up in her normal form. These skinny dudes. It's just like, oh. And even like Emil Blonsky, the what's his name? He plays the Abomination.
Oh
So they
yeah.
so they made it so Abomination can turn back into human form. And they have made him such a wimp. This is a guy that in the Ed Norton movies could tear New York in half.
Yeah, he was scary.
He was crazy in that. Like,
I didn't think the Hulk was going to win.
no,
He was that
yeah.
scary.
And if you watch the She-Hulk series and you see what they've done to like what's his name? I can't remember his real name. But yeah, I say Emil Blonsky. If you see what they've done to him in this, you're like, oh no.
I mean, you're not really selling it to me, but I'll give it a
I
go.
I know. It's hard to sell, but it has.
Sure the Olympics finishes this weekend,
Yeah,
so
if they let me in there and let me like have a say on the She-Hulk series, come on Marvel, I'm telling you, I could turn that series into something like everyone would want to watch. Because I would bring in so many cameos. I would have her doing like, because she's a lawyer and she deals with like superhero cases.
Mhm.
They could really use her to bring in new characters around
Oh,
it.
is that
And
how she knows Daredevil through their
yeah,
lawyeriness?
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Well, he comes in to defend her in a case, and then
Oh, okay.
yeah,
Things get a bit superhero-y heated.
yeah, yeah. And it's just like, she could be used, you could bring in Luke Cage for an episode. You could bring in like Jessica Jones for an episode. You could bring in all these characters. You can bring every now and then bring in a big name and let her work with them short for a little bit, and then branch off and build the universe. You could actually use her to build the universe, extended
Mm.
universe.
Imagine if so the one thing I liked about Jessica Jones, even though it scared me the most, was David Tennant's
Yeah,
character.
yeah, the Purple Man.
Oh my God. That is one of the scariest dudes
Yeah,
ever because it literally takes him a whisper to fucking destroy your life
yeah, yeah,
and potentially other people's.
yeah,
He's just this scrawny little dude. Doesn't
yeah.
need any muscles.
No,
Imagine if he whispered to She-Hulk something
yeah.
like
Oh, who's gonna stop her?
something
Who's gonna
bad.
stop her?
Exactly.
You
Yeah,
know?
I thought he was really dodgy.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. But like, he's dead now, so it's all right. But I'm telling you, if they were going to use the shows to extend the universe or really build a story, they could use She-Hulk to do it because she, like I said, she can break the fourth wall. She could do all these different things. She has a lot of elements that Deadpool has as well. But
Mm,
the series just wasn't funny. It was just an agenda-driven crap pile,
yeah.
fortunately. But it had good moments. I'm only giving it because of its potential and what it could be.
Yeah.
That's why I'm saying I like it. But other, it was poor. So
Yeah. I don't
Bree
think
and
so.
Tatiana, like for now, when it comes to that Deadpool stuff,
Bye, Bree.
just take the L on this one, and just
Yeah.
don't worry about it. You got paid for your time. Just you weren't needed for this one.
Yeah. Sorry.
All right, Deb. Well, let's wrap it there. We'll back for another one next week. Hopefully, the protests would have died down by then, and none of us would have been caught up in it.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah,
Safe out there, peeps.
yeah. All right, Debs. You take care of yourself. Everyone be good, and if you can't be good, be the best at being bad. Bye bye.
Bye.